Good evening. Yes, I am audible. I am online. Welcome everybody. My little corner of the internet. It's Monsters are Bust. Okay. Yeah, pro streamer. That's better. Now I don't have an echo running through the house. So, and I will adjust my camera a little bit. Right position for the whole painting stuff. Suitseeker, hello, good evening. And how is your weekend going? And welcome, of course. You have been playing a lot of board games with family. Well, that's always good. And my weekend, yeah, it's good. I've been painting a little bit. And where did I put it? Oh, right here. I just tweeted about a little nice dragon I just finished painting. And it is an idea about a white dragon, but I call it a frost dragon. And this one I made for the Goblin Inspiration from Goblin Squire. That is finished. It's also my first finished mini of this year. So that I hope there will be. No, that's not. Yeah, well, in fact, it is. In fact, my first mini I finished. This one I finished yesterday, but it's not really a mini. And nice looking, slightly bigger than your dragon. Oh, well, slightly bigger. Not even the biggest dragon in the whole box. But yeah, you have dragons and you have dragons. My first dragon that I ever finished was about this big. There's the camera, about this big. It's in fact a familiar. And Warlord Crew Sticks, good evening, welcome. And how is our Warlord doing today? I hope you have a good weekend. Lazy, that can still be. That is a good sign for a weekend. Diet is a little bit less good for the weekend. But yeah, one of those things of life. I also had tomorrow will be better. I really hope so. Maybe a good night's sleep. Those damn sleep at night. Night sleeps. Yeah, my English again. But lots of tequila. That does help with sleeping. For me, it does not help with the next day, but that's completely different thing. But yeah, knocks you out. And we are talking about glasses tequila, not bottles of tequila. I hope.
Hydrate.
Thank
But
you
all I have is
thank you very
coffee.
much. Yes, coffee for Pete the Hydrator. Hello ladies. Well, Pete, that's a strong coming into my room, into my oh, okay. Yeah, there is a lady at the table, so no problem. Little pike track foot. And how is Pete doing today? How is his weekend going? Well, I'm already halfway my cup of coffee and not having a second cup ready. Oh God. Good. I must say, hey, I did listen a lot to Critical Role. Also, by the way. Um, by the way, yeah, sure. The campaign 3 had got really a nice, looking good. Yeah, it does. Now I'm only, yeah, I have to shade it a little bit. I have to much for the random sound piece, and a very a very good one. Although I did not see very much of the Witcher. Still have to read the first book. We're hoping for a cheer. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's see if it finally. Come on. Oh, if you. Oh, I just learned something new. If you use the soundboard, I can use it only when the timer is off. Okay. Anyhow, well, sorry, I am saving up for a stream deck, so I can use if I'm right, the sound effects a little bit more. Otherwise, I would have given you maybe at the moment. It didn't work for me, by the way. At the beginning of the stream, I also, just to check if the sound is okay, I normally play a sound effect, normally the Digger Tunnel. There was an error with that number, that sound, so I played another one. But anywho, this one, this little Digger Tunnel, 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 quick before the hyenas come. Yes, thank you very much. That's yeah. Another thing about the whole Twitch thing. I am of course my own moderator, and it literally says in my chat that I have infinitive fallen hairs, but every time I try to use them, no, you don't have any fallen hairs, so I cannot use those sound alerts. Or I'm still somewhere doing something wrong. Doesn't matter. I will figure it out eventually. But as I was saying, this lovely guy was staring at me the whole day while I was painting and doing 3D prints and all kinds of stuff. And I was staring back. The highlights, the shadowing. I'm still a little bit. How should I do this? I have tried a little bit with a wash. This is my my own little thingy that I'm trying things on. But it's getting too dark. At least the blue is getting too dark. So I will see if I can literally paint on a little bit more shading. So a little bit darker blue. Vodka NL, literally staring at you. Yes, welcome, welcome Vodka. I hope you have a good weekend. Yeah, it's well, there are two eyes that are not completely staring at me, only a little bit sideways, but the rest, I really feel watched. And yes, Polar Crutics, I need more contrast. And as I said, I wanted to try a blue wash, but it was a little bit, it makes it all a little bit too dark. I am going to use the original Dragon Blue. That was meant as a question, as you have now a question mark. Yes, that was more contrast. Yes, because this blue is very nice. I am going to use a little bit of pink for a little bit more some highlights here and there. To mix it in a little bit, but indeed it does need more contrast. And yeah, you can do that of course with a wash, but the washes that I would use for that are the Gibbs Workshop ones, and as you can see, this one was the same color as this. Even after two dry brushes, it is still a little bit too dark for me. So I am going to use, oh that's still a little bit too light, I'm going to use Brion Blue from Reaper. To make the Dragon Blue a bit darker. Yes, yes, yes. Going to use my pokey stick. It's really clogged, but not anymore. Okay. A little problem in it. Yes, there is. Yeah, proper bottles are very nice, but do have their problems. Just like the paint pots have their pros and cons. A little bit of a darker blue. The reason why I don't use just a darker blue straight from the pot and mix in the Dragon Blue is so it has a little bit more of the hue that is also the color, in fact, that is the base color. So it ties a little bit better into the whole mini. If I use a completely different color, the difference is most of the time too big. And it really looks like a completely different color, even though it is blue. Thing is that I now have to paint all the... I have made it also a little bit thinner. Normally do for a normal paint. And a vodka.nl, .nl, why do I say .nl, but vodka NL. Glad to be here, currently painting some black Numenorians. printed for a lot of war games. And oh, hello! Thank you. That's I still need to know everybody's nickname here on Twitter, of course. Davy Humanorians. Now I read for Lord of the Rings. Okay. Are those people from the south? Yeah, I call them a little bit more Arabic looking. Were you able to reach all the uh, all the difficult to reach parts? Yes, very carefully, but I still, as you can see, have a lot more things that I have to reach everywhere. But those, yeah, indeed, this is really a thing that you should assemble after painting. But then with this one, you also have a little bit the problem that I would have had a problem that not everything is fitting very perfectly. So you will have put it together and, but yeah, to be short in the question, yes, I was with a little bit of difficulty. That's why they are called difficult to reach spots. That's a stupid sentence, but virtually, yeah, that's oh the stupid sentences. That's no problem. Sentences. I am sometimes full of them. Yesterday on stream, I still do not know what I exactly said. My brain immediately completely forgot what it was. That stupid sentence it was. Oh yeah, no, it's. And to be honest, I deal at work with a lot of people who do speak just as perfect English as I do, only they have a little bit of different grammar. Just like I sometimes notice that I use Dutch grammar for English sentences, and they use Polish or uh, other uh, other languages. And that's sometimes really funny. Sometimes also really annoying, as I am somewhat of a language purist, not only for the Dutch language, but also for English. As one of those beautiful things they always use. Pete the Hydrator. I finished painting my room. It's all okay. It's all green. You said you were going to use pink. Also, and yes, that's how I am distracted. But yeah, well, at least you finished your room. Good. That's the detail work when I get the stencils. Okay. So there still will be pink. Yes. That's probably why Pete is also here at this stream. Watch me paint the blue and pink beholder. Yay! back on track. I was talking about one of the things that I cannot not stand at work, but the wrong sentence about, oh, nobody tells me nothing. Yeah, so please tell me everything they tell you. It's normally in my head my first reaction. That's a little bit too far. I had once a complete discussion about, I think, more than 15 minutes. I tried to explain to someone, a colleague, who literally said to me, Roy, I am boring. And I said, no, you are not. Yes, I am. I said, no, you are bored. No, I am boring. Well, the next day he came even back. No, I checked. It is good English. Yes, I didn't say it was not good English, only you are not saying what you want to say. What you are saying with what you are with that sentence is that you bore other people. Now I could not make him understand that. I do know languages, especially the different languages, are difficult sometimes, but that's one thing that I will always keep remembering. And wall acoustics, sorry, I was a little bit distracted, no problem, I have that all the time. Sorry, that was my, he was a little bit distracted, but this looks great already. Thank you very much. A little bit of shadow here and there just accentuates certain things, and that's why you indeed use washes normally. F down a little bit more, because in the face, of course, I want to have quite a lot of shadow, a lot of contrast. I want a little bit of contrast, so around the tentacles, or at least at certain parts of the tentacles. Need a long brush for this. This is the face is most of the time the focal point. Of oh, by the way, before I forget, I have a very, very important announcement. I will not be streaming till 10:30 local time. I'll have to finish up a little bit earlier because I have a D&D game tonight at 10 o'clock. So I will have to stop about 9:30. Sorry for that. But no, that's too bad for you. Sorry if I am this harsh. But no, it's has a little bit to do. It's a nice company, international D&D, playing with Michael. Yes, and 7 other people. 2 of them from America. I believe one is from Canada. So we have a lot of nice different time zones. Thinking, why is my paper moving? It has been about 2 months. Started our first adventure. Get to know each other. So sorry about that. Will happen once every month, probably. It, by the way, like the way that DM we did not meet at a bar, but it was the first thing that we all went to, of course, in Salt Marsh, a little bit known for Dungeons and Dragons. That's a complete adventure, the Ghost of Salt Marsh. That is what we're playing, and I believe the first part that we played should be up on YouTube, on Michael's YouTube channel. Remembers me, I will have to watch it tomorrow. Luckily, I am playing little kobold that does not understand or speak common very good. So I don't have any troubles when somebody says things I don't understand. I can just react to them as I want to. Oh. Now, of course, now the lines are a little bit too thick, but I will use a little bit of glazing. Still all just a little bit more of the stretch, yes. Thank you very much. And now you can immediately see my one of the fellow goblins t-shirts logo, Geek Curio. One that does not stream, but he does have channel, a lot of painting and board gaming stuff on it.
Hydrate,
And
but all I have is coffee.
Yes, thank you, Pete. Last sip of coffee, that is already cold. Yes, so I'll do a good hydrate. From my water bottle. Now need a little bit of it. Also still trying to figure out how I want to do the shading and highlighting of the pink. It's already quite a light color. Also when I would do a wash, it will darken it quite much. Also I don't have any pink wash, so it would be a purple wash, but then in the from purple for the most part I don't want. Or better said, what my customer wants. Probably will use a technique that I learned for painting skin. I believe it's officially a little bit called like underpainting. Right after this color I will apply the highlights, and over those highlights I will glaze the pink again. So you do get a nice pink with highlights. Still right now more concentrating more on the face. The face, how to get the highlights on, how to going to blend the colors in. I will also use glazing for that. Get a better transition between the blue and the pink. Are all quite light colors. That's why I chose a little bit darker color for the upper lip. About doing those horns sticking out in a darker color. Also, we'll have to ask the one who get this nice darker shadow. Makes sense. Over here it would. Still playing around a little bit with ideas. Try with this tentacle, just a more pink. The of it. Spots I can see. Eyes also, they look already great. Not complete done. Oops. Pink. Shadow. Blue. Light. Slightly lighter. Very thin paint. Long thing to go. Bit over. Up a little light. That's going to try. Going to do. Works. White. In it. A little bit of the purple. Thin, but white is almost off-white with pink. Start. All the highlight. With the time consume just a little. I do not get paid by the hour for this model. Not be a problem. And sorry for my nice bald head. Picture time. Still not used to just stretching out my arm. This of course good. Make lines here and there that are raised on the model itself. of those nice thing to put my hand on. Most have boom move. So Ziggy, you were saying you had been watching a lot of Critical Role. What did you want to say about? Maybe just missed the clue. Um, oh no, just that I was uh, did watch uh, did watch it today, and they had it was this second episode, I believe, or the third, whatever. But yeah, I am starting to get into it. Just that I had it playing for a couple of hours this afternoon. The humor was okay. The shenanigans. I think I am getting back into Critical Role a little bit. But it has also to do. I watched the last few of months. I watched a lot of Criminal Minds. My favorite series. Once I thought I had seen them all, but no, I had. So I did binge watch them all almost, as far as I could, through December, biggest part of January. And the last 2 weeks, I have been watching a lot of the Tick. They made a real series adaptation about it with real actors. That was a real nice. They did a. Ooh, yeah, that's the one thing that was not in the series. Yeah, I believe they only made two series, and the second series indeed did end with Spoon, and I believe that was also the last series, because then it did stop. I don't know when they made the series. Look that up. But it was. Yeah, it's a good. I like the series. Those who I don't know if everybody knows what I'm talking about, but it was also an animated series about a superhero in a blue suit that calls himself the Tick. He's super strong and not very clever. Thus, he has a sidekick, the Mothman. By the way, in the series, they don't use that as a name. He is just called Arthur because that is his real name. And nobody will ever find out that that is his real name. But I can certainly say if you have Amazon Prime, that is where I saw it. It's totally worth looking at it. I liked the humor in it. especially in series 1, because, yeah, well, see how the Tick and Arthur get befriended is the right way. That's a little bit of the. And now I am going to make pink a little bit darker. A bit more contrast. Bit. That works out. Take a glaze later on over it. Difference. Darker. Purple. But I get there. Let's go sit a little bit more like this. A bit farther away from the camera. Between the shade. A little bit shade. Darker pink shade. This does not work out as I hope it does work out. I will go with a more of a, starting with a darker pink. Just dry brush it as much as possible. Is in fact a little bit faster. It also makes especially colors look a little bit more chalky. A little. I do like it on most of the little miniatures, especially this kind of bigger minis. Often a little bit too yeah. No. Colors do not blend in as much glazes. Realize I also didn't put on my music. hear it, could hear it, or notice the difference.
Hydrate, but all
Yeah,
I have is
hydrate.
coffee.
Yes. Thank you. Me time to clean my brush. Susie girl. Do you generally prefer to start with a mid-tone and go lighter and darker from there, or start dark and go lighter and lighter? Water is okay too. Yeah, it's actually even better than coffee, especially when you are hydrating. To your original question, that's the difference between if you use glazes, especially for skin and that sort. You start with a mid-tone, and with the glazes you bring on uh, the, the other darker tones on them. If you use the more uh, dry brush technique, as I call it, it's indeed you start with a darker one. Use eventually you can use also a wash to get the details better out, and then you use a dry brush to get it lighter, lighter, and lighter. And oh, I missed another thing. I think Ashley has a great sense of humor, which did not really fit with the quiet Yasha in series 2. That was a Critical Role reference. Sorry that I missed that one. But yeah, Ashley has indeed quite a sense of humor. After today, I need to clean my brush. Yes, she has. She looks really nice and innocent as a person. Probably is, but he with that really soft voice. But indeed, sometimes she can. Yeah, I don't know. She has indeed kind of humor that not really, uh, as far as I see it, always fits in with her personality. But one is dark as shit. Yeah. Yeah, indeed. It's but yeah, again, there are now quite some nice characters. Still have to work through a fresh cut grass. The robot, the animatron, the animated whatever. But at least now Sam Riegel is not playing him as a robot, as in the first episode he did make some comments that were completely computerized, like not compute or something like that. But yeah. We will see. I still have, plus episode 4 I have just started for the stream. Hey Gareth! Hello there! All the way from across the little pond, or better known as America. Welcome in my little corner of the internet, and I'm good. Painting a little beholder as a commission, just trying out a lot of stuff, and how it's going over there. I hope good. Glad to be back. Sorry I missed some of your shows, man. Yeah, well, I missed some of your shows too. So Thank you. I'm just trying out some yeah, some glazing now, maybe on the tentacles. Well, you have the excuse of being asleep. It's not that late yet. 9:30 here. Oh yeah, when you sorry, that was a reference to your yeah. Well, yeah, no, for your shows. Yeah, your shows are a little bit that soon. Oh, sorry, Sootseeker. With the comment across the pond, I never know whether it is UK or US. Well, this time it is US indeed. And you are right. Across the pond, we. But yeah. Nice to, yeah, it's, indeed your shows are a little bit too early. Oh, uh-oh. And it's 9:30. So I'm going to see if the glaze is going to work a little bit. I want to. And then I have to finish my stream, fortunately, off screen. Is I have to play my little kobold priest. In our adventure Ghosts of Saltmarsh. The Great Mook, yes! I hope it's not too often that I shout it out, but it's part of the whole thing. For the others didn't get that, Gareth is also one of the party. So it's still wet, but as you can see, there is now definitely some. The white is almost gone. Light bright pink. There's a little bit of shadow. And I have made start with more contrast in the face part. And that's where I end this stream. It starts with this. I will start the next week again. So I want to thank you all for popping by. Garrett, I will see you in about half an hour. That looks awesome, and the eyes look great. Yeah, thank you. That's I'm still trying to find out. This is, as I probably already said, it's a commission, so we have to. I have to ask the. Yeah, the. So I am getting hyped up for my D&D game. Well, I have to consult with the new owner when it is before it's finished, what kind of color he wants to do the eyes and everything, but that's part of the deal. So thank you all. I hope to see you all soon, and wish you a very good Saturday evening, or Saturday in general. Have a great Sunday. Until next time. See you all. Bye.